From Times Square in the heart of New York City, welcome to All Night with Joey Reynolds. Joey's guest tonight, comic Uncle Dirty Robert Altman. Film director Bob Bowdon. Actor-comedian M. Dickson. Comic Maurice Touisaunt. Personality Paul Mooney. Singer Michael Gillett. And our musical guest, Ellen's Stardusters. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Reynolds.
I have to go, I got a call. You don't mind if I take a call, do you? I mean, you know, these things go off whenever they're, you never know where someone is when there's do I have the wrong jacket? I got the Obama jacket? This is the bomb, right? You like this thing? This is all right. I got, Cool Breeze didn't show up tonight, so he left this in the other room in the Goodwill bag. So I'm taking, what? That's my mic? Did I? Oh, yeah, all right. So this is okay, right? Or this is too casual a look. They'll be calling from the control room over at NBC saying, where's your jacket? You got to look a little bit more like a newsman. But, we're an informal crowd here anyway, but nobody, I think I talked about this last night, how nobody wants to dress casually on television. They're all afraid of getting rid of the suit and tie and all that business. But I'm a casual guy. I'm an easygoing guy. And, when you're in Times Square, which we are, right now, when people come by here and they look in the window, they don't know who I am because I don't know who I am. No, I mean, it's a tough ride because I'm not the most famous visual person. And they walk by and they see my name. I walked by the group tonight when I was coming in and I said, I just said, what are you guys doing? To a couple of strangers. And they said, who's this Joey Reynolds? And I wanted to say it's me, but they had a little bit of a reticence, and I figured, I don't think I want to be, there goes my phone. See, I'm telling you, someone's actually calling me while I'm on the, this is not good. Excuse me, I'm doing a monologue. You don't mind, do you? Can I call you back? Thanks. I don't know, man. It just this is a bad flight already tonight. And it happened to you on an airplane? Did it ever happen to you where the phone goes off on the plane and you're not supposed to have it on? Or in a theater where they have those wonderful little signs that say, there's a baby crying in the background. You've seen that at the AMC theaters, and they want you to turn your phone off. I'm the guy that has the phone go off all the time, and that baby crying is real. That's not a symbol. Oh, speaking of that, I got a little prop here tonight. The ratings came in. You probably know this. Hey, Carl, you know what we're doing with this tonight? This is a piñata.
Yes.
And what we're going to do is we're celebrating our ratings. Come on over here, because you're in sales
right here.
here.
Yes, I am. What is this?
Yeah, let me tell you what we do, all right? We break open the piñata, and all of the rating books fall out. Because this is called, well, it's a Spanish holiday coming up pretty soon.
That's correct.
It's a Latin day. It's called Cinco de Ratings.
I know all the Mexicans are going to.
I hope I don't have to say anything funny here, do I?
No, you don't.
I'm not even really, because
are we going to break this thing open?
I was thinking maybe hiring some writers. Should I get some writers?
No, you don't need them. Definitely not.
I don't want to do the monologue like they all do. Everybody comes out, they do the 5 or 6 jokes. They want to do the Egyptian. I don't know an Egyptian joke anyway. What the hell are you going to say about Egypt? There has never been a joke in Egypt. No. Never. There's only one that I know.
It's like the word orange.
Well,
you can't make a joke about orange.
The only one I know is, what a mummy is, right? An Egyptian pressed for time. That's the only one that I know. I don't know another one in my catalog. Why would I tell an Egyptian joke? Nobody wants to do that, And I know now that I'm not so sure the people in Egypt are, I don't know, were they mad or happy today?
They seemed very happy. They did.
But they do, but they loud and they make faces like, joy comes from, You know, it doesn't come from, ah! I mean, I didn't get that feeling of joy from.
This is going to be gestaltic now.
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of watching. You know, there's a saying in the 12-step meetings, you know, be careful what you ask for. You're liable to get it.
Liable to get it.
I mean, these guys have freedom. And then
now they got a country.
They got a country and a general walks out all of a sudden. Didn't we have that happen with Castro? I mean, is anybody really thinking that the talk radio shows needed 3 more days of something? Because they're all tanking. You know, I mean, how many there's no humma. The talk radio shows are now talking about Egypt for about 4 days.
They don't know anything about Egypt. That's the problem.
And no one's ever been there except for
true.
Anderson.
You
Cooper.
were close.
Got beat up. I mean, are you really interested in what's going on in Egypt?
I personally am, but that's
you
another
are.
story.
Why?
Yes, I am.
Why, you got an interest
it controls Suez Canal, and I have all futures.
I'm still working on the Hudson River. I can't get my mind on the Suez Canal. Is there a tunnel? You pay to go under it? I mean,
you
know,
get around it.
Is there a bridge? I don't know. What is this? The Reynolds Wrap is not Egypt. We did not do Egypt tonight. Well, I went outside and I ran into an Egyptian. We didn't put that on there? No? It's okay. I went outside with the camera crew, you know, like I do before we do the show, and we do a Reynolds Wrap. So tonight I ran into the one guy from Egypt who runs the hot dog stand.
You met a guy?
Mahmoud, who is running the hot dog stand.
I can't believe
one
that.
Egyptian
He's from Egypt?
And he was not even happy about what happened. You know, I mean, he didn't care.
He wants
He's been here 4 years.
He's here.
It's amazing how nobody gives a damn about Egypt except, well, some people are worried that they're a little too close to Israel. That would be a concern.
We're going to open up that Pandora's box.
Yeah, you know, then we get into the religion thing. You know, I don't like that, the religion and politics and sex. I like sex. The other two can go, you know.
I go along with that.
I go, yeah, I know. Do you like my Obama shirt?
I love this. I told you, I love the jacket.
Isn't that great? I mean,
that is great.
But does this make me a Democrat or
it makes you
a party
an Obama
man all of a sudden? I don't know. I'm in trouble with the show anyway because, you know, I let them know too much. They know where I live. They know my kids. You know, this is too intimate. You know, now, and I know my car. Everybody's been tagging me. Is that what we did when we went outside?
Is it still out there? Let's just take a look.
Are
there,
we
it's
doing
right there.
the Reynolds Wrap, you guys?
Yeah, we're doing last night's.
Oh.
What's
we're not, I didn't go out with the Egyptian thing and I didn't go out with the car today, right?
No.
I don't know. I'm so lost in our walk. But whatever the case, this show is ad-libbed. Can you tell?
Yes.
You know, it's right on the border of being sloppy, right? You know, there is a fine line between calamity and serenity, and I'm right there. I'm right down the middle, right here. This is where the rubber meets the road on this show. Because you know what? I don't have any writers. I didn't plan anything, and I really don't care to be loved by the industry. I don't care that the government does anything. I'm not interested in the government. I think business is greedy. And, you know, these guys are all selfish.
And this is Joey Reynolds.
I don't care. So, you know, I just come out here. I'm very lucky to have a job at my age. I don't want to replace Regis or anybody else. I think Regis ought to replace himself. I think I said that already.
Yes.
I mean, I just have an idea that I don't really have too much to complain about.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right, so we're gonna go outside now, right, with the cameras? Is that it? This is what we did earlier?
Yes.
All right. This is my walk outside without this jacket. It's very cold. Here we are. Let's roll the tape. Florida is the mayor of New York. You got to give Bloomberg a check, and we take all of this territory here. Now, I want to go across the street, though. Can we go to the other neighborhood? Yeah. Come on. Look at that guy's red jacket. We got to get you. You got to be on TV. Come on. You got the right coat.
You got the right coat.
You got the right coat. What's your name?
Eric.
Eric, I'm Joey Reynolds. How are you? Good to meet you. What's your name?
My name's Tim.
Hi, Tim. You notice how cold my hand is?
Yeah.
So you see, I'm taking time to be with you. I want your coat.
I love my coat.
That's a wonderful coat.
Nice and red.
Where'd you get that?
Thrift store.
I thought you maybe you robbed like a Santa Claus or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. Where are you from?
England, Reading.
And where are you from?
England, Reading.
Okay, pretty soon you'll be able to get my show there.
Okay.
In the year 2020.
10 years.
Yeah, there's a delay on it. No, you'll get it on the internet.
Okay.
All right, just go to allnightwithjoeyreynolds.com.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to see my show at home. Wouldn't that be good? 6-hour time difference.
Be fantastic.
So you'll be watching me in the morning. Don't you love waking up with me? Yeah. Come on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you'll say yes to anything. Come on. So what do? You an actor or something?
Trying to be.
That's what I thought. I could tell, because you got that spirit, you know, you're ready to do something.
Maybe.
Broadway.
Yeah, excuse me.
Are you working somewhere in a show?
Unemployed. Working towards it.
So it's 80% waiter, 20% actor.
Sure.
That's it. We got anybody from here? Is there anybody from America? We never find anybody. You know what? That is Times Square. You don't find anybody from here. Come on. You look like one of the elves. A big one. Yeah, right. So where are you from? Come on, don't say the North Pole. In New York, you know, everybody's a little bit crazy anyway, aren't we? Yes, Joey.
We're even crazier. We're from New Jersey.
You are from Jersey? All right, there you go, an actor, another actor. So I got a television show that's on the air every night. Where are you going? Get over here. We need the coat. I want to borrow that coat. I want to go to the Grammys in that coat. Besides, I look like I'm ready for an award. The biggest dork. Are you guys all leaving New York?
My son's mother and I. Yes.
Are you all leaving? Uh-oh.
From there?
See? Another crowd is going. Thanks, you guys.
You guys have a good night.
All right, good night. All right. Yeah. You've had enough. You know, it's an interesting show that we're doing here because I believe that this is the way people are now using the media. We're using it, I mean, in a show business way rather than in an argumentative way. There's a lot of stuff on television and on radio now that's about politics. And I think we ran that cycle, honestly. I mean, enough already with Rush Limbaugh, who does his show from a medicine cabinet. You know, I mean, we got to start something else here. And so when we took on this show, someone was calling me today and they said, you don't have any celebrities on there. And I said, yes, we do. We have, everybody here is a star. And they said, well, you know, you don't have those big names. And I said, well, if we have the big names, let me tell you something about it. If you have Tom Cruise, who I like very much, I mean, you know, I've known him since he was 19, frankly. And I'm good friends with a lot of the people, having worked in Hollywood and at 20th Century Fox and all this stuff that I've done. But you know what? I think sometimes when we overdo it, we overdo everything in our society. And it's just an American thing where we max out on something and then it burns and we go to the next thing and we overdo that. It's just the way we do things. You know, there's one film that's a horror film, there's 400 horror films. If there's a song that's a certain way, there's 20 more of them. We seem to pattern ourselves after whatever works because we have very little room for originality. And I said, you know, when we do this show, let's just be totally original. First of all, let's put the cameras on the people who are the common folks in our country. And let's be in Times Square. They're walking right by me, even as we speak. Many of them walking by me because they don't like me. No, but seriously, you know, they're walking behind me, and we're in a viral, organic time in history, where we have interaction on the internet and chat rooms and cell phones, as you heard mine go off during the opening remarks. I was going to call it a monologue, but I don't want to honor it with that much integrity. So, you know, we have a little bit of a country problem here now, that we don't all get together at the same time. And I want to do that. So every night I want to go out with the public, which we're doing, and I want to present people on the air who you don't ordinarily see. Because you could turn on all those other shows. They all got stars on them. Every one of those shows has somebody with a big name on there, a movie star or a guy with a book, or mostly movie stars, because they're pumping their films. And you know, we're making stars out of people like this Justin Bieber, you know, or Bieber, or whatever the hell his name is. You know, we're even starting them out of the womb. The kids are like 12 years old and they're making them a star because they want to tap into the demographic, into these different marketplaces. And it's all about money. I mean, you know, people do this stuff for money. They're not doing it because they're genuinely interested in you, which is unfortunate. I am genuinely interested in you. I'm your guy because I'm a common guy. So in that case, I want to explain, we're going to bring some people out here who are exceptionally talented, exceptionally talented. Paul Mooney is here tonight. There's another Paul. Paul Hampton is here tonight. Uncle Dirty's here tonight. These are fabulously gifted people who have made a great footprint on the planet. And we're going to bring them out tonight. But you know, if you're looking for the big names, change the channel. You know, I mean, that's not what I'm doing. And the reason why we're not doing it, I'll tell you, there's two reasons. One, if somebody really big is on the television and they go home to their Facebook or their internet, their social networking, it's all about them. It's never about you, and it's never about the show they were on, which is what I hope to do, is to build a show where you go to someone else and say, hey, I saw the show, and it's pretty cool. You know, I mean, that's what I hope happens here. And I don't mind telling you what we're doing. See, a lot of shows don't explain themselves. It's the original you had to be there joke. They don't tell you what's going on. And in this case, I want you to be in on it because I'm wanting to bond with you a little bit and be more intimate with you. That's the reason why I love radio so much. I mentioned this the other night. It's intimacy, into-me-see. That's what radio's so good about that. You know, it's a close-up. And it's usually in your ear, or it's something that you have right close to the bed. You know, in this case, television, I hope, is more mobile and more accessible. Anyway, that's what I'm doing, just in case maybe you wonder why we're not doing that. It's intentional that we're not doing that, because this is a time when you really need to open your eyes, be more in communion with each other, and also realize that everybody's tight with money right now. It's a tight time with money, except for the rich people. But they're always going to be greedy as hell. You know, they ain't never going to change. You don't ever get generous. You're generous of spirit to begin with. You stay generous when you're rich. If you're stingy, you're going to be stingy to your grave. That's just the way I learned it. All right, now let's take a little break here. We're going to bring Ellen's Stardusters out. They are some kids who sing. And over at Ellen's Stardust Diner, they entertain with music tracks, and they flip burgers. Is there anything better? We're going to be right back with the Americana on the Joey Reynolds attempt at humor.
Hey, I'm here supposedly all night with Joey. I thought it was Joey Bishop, but isn't he dead? Yeah. Wasn't that movie, Joey? Yeah, anyway. Right, but anyway, it's great. I don't know, this is supposed to be all night. I don't know.
When New York celebrities have something to say, they head for the stoop.
This is my stoop. I gotta come to the stoop.
Talk Stoop.
I feel like we're so close that we could kiss. This is a whole other kind of stoop.
It's where Cat Greenleaf gets people talking.
What? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yes. Listen, Naked. Do you mind if I call you Naked?
Tell me something good.
The best of New York on a stoop in Brooklyn.
The celebrity butts that have graced the stoop.
Talk Stoop, weeknights at 8 on New York Nonstop. Sponsored by Cozy. Life should be delicious.
I'm an anchor and a pilot.
I am passionate about chocolate.
I am a ballerina.
I'm the daughter of a jazz musician.
I am a 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
I'm my grandpa.
Yeah, I'm a grandma.
I'm interested in the story behind the story.
I'm making this look natural.
I am glamorous.
I'm an anchor and a blues girl.
I am all about my craft.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I'm a New Yorker.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I recommend a steak.
This place is
really
I recommend this place.
We're all about New Yorkers. LX New York. It's the story of the moment. A taste of the best. It's opening night. A helping hand. The characters of New York. The spirit of New York. Told our way. LX New York. Weekdays at 5. We're all over town.
don't you put those guys on camera over there, Danny? There's some people standing outside, and it's another one of those cold nights here in Dodge City. They want to wave. Give them a little something. They don't even have signs. Go to the Today Show. Ellen's Stardust Diner is a place that's upstairs from the Iridium, which is a great jazz club in New York. And Ellen's has, well, they have hamburgers and milkshakes, but they also do this diner thing from the day, back in the day. And the music they play and sing is mostly from my generation. And we're going to share it with you tonight with younger people doing it. We got two, the Ellen Stardusters is what you're calling yourselves. We got two of them tonight, and here they are.
Do you hear me talking to you across the water, across the deep blue ocean, under the open sky? Oh my baby, I'm trying.
Boy, I hear you in my dreams. I hear you whisper across the sea. I keep you with me in my heart. You make it easier when life gets hard. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. We had one more kiss. I'll wait for you. I promise you I will. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Lucky we're in love in every way. Lucky to have stayed where we have stayed. Lucky to be coming home someday. So I'm sailing across the sea to an island where we'll meet. I'll let the music fill the air. I'll put a flower in your hair. Though the breezes through the trees are so pretty, you're all I see as the world keeps spinning round. You hold to me right here, right now. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Lucky we're in love in every way. Lucky to have stayed where we have stayed. Lucky to be coming home someday.
And you're singing live too. Yes. I want to tell you, get near a microphone here for a second. Oh, you got one on. All right, good. How are you? What's your name?
John Watson.
John what?
John Watson.
Hi, John. Well, no sense of being on television without anybody knowing who you are. I try it every night. And what's your name?
Jenna Miller.
Jenna, I met before.
Yes.
So you guys are singing over at Ellen's, but is that an original song?
No, actually, that's by Jason Mraz.
Oh, you stole it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I thought. You know, I don't blame you. You must be Chinese.
No.
Just a joke. Take it easy. We're so sensitive about everybody's nationality, right? We're in New York where there is no nationality difference. Only 170,000 different kinds of people here. No, I'm really proud of you because you did such a good job with that live. I was in no rehearsal or anything?
Oh, maybe just a little.
Have you ever done this before?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you? Oh, wow. Well, that's terrific. So we get this with hamburgers and shakes from
Sure
Ellen's
do.
Stardust Diner, right? Do you know Ellen?
Yeah.
She can't sing.
She's a great singer.
Tell her I said that. I'll be in trouble. Next week we won't have any hamburgers. Thanks, you guys. You come back later and do another song.
Sure.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Paul Mooney's coming out. Oh, you want me to go out there? You can bring Paul out here now? Good. All right. Fine. I love that. Paul's great. Now, one of my favorite people in the world, because he's a creative genius, we go to our little humble desk where I can do my Brian Williams impression. Can you imagine Brian Williams coming out with an Obama jacket? I don't think so. So is Paul ready? We can bring Paul in here? We're bringing Paul out. Wow. Well, that's pretty quick and pretty snappy. I like that. We're changing the format because there isn't one. So here's Paul Mooney. Come on, Paul. Come and grace us with your presence. Wow. Privileged to have him here tonight. Paul, welcome to our window of the world.
Hey, pound.
That's right. I forgot.
Let's keep it black. It was a little too white in here for me.
Well, now you have a book, which is called what?
Black is the new white.
Now, do you really believe that?
Oh, that was living proof of it.
That's true. See, you're not offended by my Obama jacket, are you?
You're not offended by my hat. I wore the hat to match your jacket, the
thank
bling
you.
bling.
Well, you know,
that Obama jacket's perfect. I love that.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, does it make a statement other than a political one?
You could give that to Whoopi Goldberg. She'd love that.
Yeah, she probably would wear it on The View. So how do you like being in Times Square? You like this?
This is Times Square?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Africa.
No.
I thought it was in Africa. I'm in Times Square?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
okay.
we were going to do the show from the Apollo.
Oh, that's great.
Actually, that would be a good idea.
Well, you should. That would
outside, though, out in front.
Yeah. What do you mean out in front?
Under the marquee.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
History.
That's right.
I live in Harlem.
I do too.
Yeah, I live in Harlem with the white people. Who do you live with?
I live with the black people.
Oh, okay, good. Good. We're sharing.
So we are sharing.
Yeah. You know the white people call Harlem everything but Harlem. Harlem's a ghetto. You do know that?
No.
Yeah. That's a Jew word, ghetto.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, that's the most expensive ghetto in history. Then.
Yeah. Well, now it is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Clinton.
Well, no. Wait, I was there before he was there. He moved into the building.
Well, then it's your fault then.
Well,
we've been blaming the president all this time. All the time it was you.
Well, we are now what they call. Don't you love this word? Gentrified. Don't you love? I don't know what the hell that means, but sounds nice. Sounds pretty. Did you hear my concept? What I'm going to do is open a chain of gentrified chicken stores.
You're funny. Gentrified chicken stores. You're almost as funny as me. You know that movie True Grit?
Yeah.
It's got the 12 Academy Awards, or 13 or 14, whatever it is.
Nominations.
Yeah. I want to do the black version. True Grits. Don't you like it?
Yeah, I do. And I was thinking about you because I was watching Sanford & Son yesterday.
You're kidding.
Now they have the package of the very first shows.
Uh-huh.
For $14, you can buy those DVDs of the first shows. Didn't you have
only $14?
Yeah, and I was surprised.
They're stealing them.
Well, because people aren't buying DVDs anymore, we're downloading. That's the reason.
Oh, that's right.
They're blowing the stuff
out.
out.
Sorry, you're bringing me up. I'm living in the past like you. That's right.
A Blu-ray disc player over at Duane Reade is $99. I mean, it used to be $600.
I got it.
So we're phasing it out because people are using the tools.
But that's a collector's item.
Well, not yet. It's like it has to be a little older before it's a collector's item. Like the needle record players are collector's.
Right. But
or the 8-track.
It's getting there.
I want to go back to Sanford & Son. Did you write one of the early shows, or did you begin the earlier shows?
Oh yeah. It's a very interesting story about that.
I'd like to hear it.
Well, this is a long time ago, and remember there was a show called Gomer Pyle?
Right.
Remember the little man that could sing with a great voice?
Yeah. Jim Nabors.
Yeah, Jim Nabors, who lives in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I think he still lives there. He was going to quit the show. And so they were going to give Richard Pryor his part. Richard was going to play his part. And Richard told the producers, the executive producers, that he wanted Moms Mabley to be his mother. He wanted Red Fox to be his father. He brought all these people up that these people have never heard of. These were underground, and and Red Fox had dirty records. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean.
XXXXX.
Oh yeah. Double, triple X. Anyway, so. That never happened. But when they did Steptoe and Son or something, it came from England.
Yeah.
The Sanford and Son. And the producers remembered Red Fox because of Richard.
Yeah.
And that's how Red Fox got the job.
Well, he had, I was just thinking of one of his funny album covers. I can't give the title on the air, but it's.
What do you think of Richard's?
No.
A Red Fox?
No, Red Fox. Yeah.
Oh, about Wash Your Behind?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
I changed it, didn't I?
Hey, thank you.
Wasn't it clever?
I was trying to think of working around.
Yeah, Wash Your
Well,
Behind.
see, I worked in Las Vegas, and Red used to work at the Stardust, and he was there for the midnight show.
Oh, the Dirty Show.
And
The
I
Late
brought
Show.
my mother.
There was no such thing as a late show like that.
No.
Yeah, go ahead. You brought your mother.
Because she thought she was going to see Sanford.
That cute little old man, Elizabeth, I'm coming, and all that, the heart and all that.
And that was not what was going on at all.
It's more fun watching the audience, wasn't it?
Well, I was more fun leaving with my mom halfway through the act when I thought he was funny, and she thought he was offensive.
Yeah.
Because it's generational.
Well,
those words now. Wait a minute. Let's go to that for a minute. Because Richard, you guys have been using these words for a long time.
Right.
Because it's comedy.
Right.
And yet now, I don't think people, Generation 4, I don't think they even hear the words if you use MF or if you use mother in front of any word. They don't hear that. It doesn't matter. In other words, they're not offended by a language at all.
It's because times have changed.
Yeah.
There's no pecking order. There's no more family. There's no mother, there's no grandfather, uncle. These people are being dragged up. They're not being raised.
Yeah.
And they're being, what do they call them when they leave them alone at home and they lock the door?
Latchkey.
Yeah. These kids they're like a pack of wild wolves. It's just of course they have no respect. There was no respect given to them. It's a real sad thing.
Yeah.
The grandmothers are younger than the mother. So, I don't know how that's possible, but you understand?
Well, I do. I do.
And there's no a person that's like my grandmother said. Someone has to love you enough to knock you out.
Yeah.
Tough love.
Well, you know what? When you did you raise kids? Have you had any children?
Yeah, 8. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God.
I've been having kids since I was 15. But that's another story. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm a Southerner.
Have you an interest in doing television or any of this stuff anymore? I mean, as a series, a writer, as a.
Oh yeah, well I'm an artist, of course.
Yeah, I don't know if you're still active in producing shows.
Oh yeah, I still do that and write. Yeah. I'm an artist. I mean, I'm first and last. I mean, people accuse me of being all kinds of things, but I'm an artist, and I wear different hats, and I enjoy them. And I enjoy it. It's what I do best. It's like when I'm on stage. When I really live is when I'm on stage. Like we're here. This is a non-reality to me. My reality is the live performance. We're here and there are cameras. I mean there are no people.
Well, there's people in the crew.
Well, they're not people. These are servants.
These are freeloaders. Servants. Right. Well, I guess you won't be on here too long.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a blackout.
Yeah, there'll be a blackout. No, these are people who are professionals, but they're doing a job.
Yeah.
They're here because they're doing a job. They're not here. They're not from the Salvation Army. They're not here because they're volunteering.
No.
They're getting a check. Well, they don't care about me and you. They care about their paycheck.
No, this is a dedicated team. Now I have to come to the.
Oh, they are.
This is a little different.
Well, where did you find them? Were they homeless?
No, they were there by attraction. It's the Field of Dreams.
Oh, I see.
People like seeks like.
Oh, I got it.
You know that.
Like that man that used to run around and took the children, the Pied Piper, who used to sell dreams.
Well, he was. You mean Oliver? I think that Mr. Fagin.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking about how you have such a great career with all of these other wonderful artists, and you're so famous yourself, honestly.
Okay.
And yet, we need some more people like you, or we need you to train people like you, or something. I don't know how to get it across.
No, it is. We have to share. We have to teach.
How do we get you to get those younger ones into this place where, besides the experience that people need to have anyway, how do you get them?
I try and teach them. When I meet them, I try and help them.
Yeah.
I try to talk to them. I try to tell them, because a lot of them, no one talks to them. Do you know?
Yeah.
They don't say anything. They sort of ignore them. And young people, politicians wish they had their communication. When young people do something, it's instant. When they wear a certain shoe or they wear their pants a certain way, or youth is like that in our generation too. The youth, because they're young, they want to be separated from the adults. They want to do something that separates them.
That's their own.
Yeah, that's their own. They want to own something.
Yeah.
You know, and the politicians, if they had that kind of instant, they would love that. You know, all around the whole world, you know, when youth does something, it's like when we were coming up, we were terrified of Dracula. We locked the windows across. You know, Dracula frightened us.
And Frankenstein.
And all that, yeah. But these kids, they want to sleep with Dracula. You know, I mean, come on, Twilight, New Moon, Old Moon. Yeah, we lock the window. They leave it open.
Well, they glamorize it. I mean, Bela Lugosi would not be doing as Jane Patterson does. I mean, it's a whole different deal here.
Huh?
They've made him glamorous. You know.
Well, our Dracula dressed well.
Yeah, but this one here sucks necks, and people want their necks sucked. You know, I mean, the other guy, you want to run from him. He's really ugly.
But I mean, isn't it interesting?
Yeah.
I mean, timing's everything.
Well,
I mean, look, we had to wait 30 minutes for our grits, and they were delicious.
Yeah.
These kids get their grits, what, 5 minutes?
Well, they microwave them.
Instant
even
grits.
faster, yeah.
Times change.
And they send out.
Right.
Now, let me ask you about what's the thing that you think is the best change we've had? Have you thought about that?
What?
In all of our life, you know, the span. And what's the best thing that's happened? What do you think is the best
For
thing?
us?
Yeah.
The weather.
What's the worst thing?
The worst thing for us?
Yeah.
Is all this computer stuff. All this.
You don't like the technology?
No, I don't like any of this.
You don't embrace it?
No.
Why?
It's just so scary to me.
There's a great saying. It says, whatever you detest, you will become in 2 years.
You're kidding.
That's what I hear.
Oh, well, then I'm gonna be a robot.
Well, you know, you must email. You got 8 kids.
I don't have any of that. I wouldn't have, if it wasn't for my mother, I wouldn't have a cell phone.
You don't still write checks, do you?
Who?
You.
I do all that.
You
I
write
can't
checks?
Help it. I do all of it.
Do you send
I'm
notes
old school.
to people?
I can't do it. I don't know what it is. It's very weird. I think it's to. I think in the end it will destroy us.
Well, no, come on. I mean, embrace it. You love it, you know, and it'll become your friend. And you'll be able to hug it and hold it and rock it back and forth.
I think a monster's a monster. There's something about it. It's me. I don't know. That's just my instinct. There's something that's subtle about it that I think that they actually have all these things to control us, to know where we are.
What do you think Richard Pryor would have done with this technology?
I don't know what Richard would have done with it. Seriously, I don't know.
Well,
he was very much old school too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm old school. I just like, you know, I like, I'm sorry. I just like, you know, like I like my food to be cooked, you know? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
I don't
I
like
sure
it
do.
dead. I don't like it alive and crawling around.
Now, I'm going to bring someone out here who was a part of your team in just a second. We're going to take a break, and we're going to bring Uncle Dirty out here. Now, you know,
Uncle Dirty is
Bob
here?
Altman.
You're kidding. Where'd you find Uncle Dirty?
He was hanging around Jersey with the ducks. He feeds ducks. So hold on, Paul Mooney. We'll be right back with Uncle Dirty. And if you can stand the show tonight, you're going to really find that you're in a class with geniuses tonight. We'll be right back.
I'm Elizabeth Hasselbeck. If you're like me, you probably don't have a lot of free time to exercise and keep yourself in shape. For me, the answer is the Ab Glider from Proform. I can't tell you how much I love this amazing machine. It's a great fat-burning cardio workout too, and it's fun.
Unlike other ab machines, the Ab Glider combines circular and crunch motions for a fast, fun workout of your entire midsection. You engage more muscles, get a better cardio workout, and burn twice the calories of other ab machines.
I went from an 11 to a size 4. 20 inches total. It's really easy and it's fun.
With this offer, you'll get an onboard workout computer, Elizabeth's 3-minute rapid results DVD, and her amazing abs instructional DVD, plus her amazing abs eating guide, a $159 value, free. Try the Ab Glider now for 30 days, risk-free for as little as $14.95. If you're not totally satisfied, you can return it for a full refund.
You can't find a better way to get better abs at a better price. And getting started is easy. Just call or go online to proform.com.
Are you holding the remote right now? It's nice to be in control, isn't it? Fast forward to the good parts. Oh, hold on. We're getting to the good part. If you're receiving a structured settlement from a lawsuit, you know it is not easy to wait for payments, especially when it could be 10 or 20 years before you collect all your money. What you may not know is that you can skip ahead and receive a lump sum of cash now. Call CBC Settlement Funding for a free, no-obligation offer about your structured settlement. Whether you access all or just a portion of your future payments, we put you in control so you can fast forward and collect your money now. If you need cash now, call the number on your screen and find out how CBC Settlement Funding can help. We'll guide you through the process so you can take control of your finances and get your money faster. Call CBC Settlement Funding today.
They're starting to hold up signs in the window now. I think we've made it. So, you know, for days, nobody's noticed us, Paul. They haven't said anything. And all of a sudden, people are holding up signs out of the window. They're making their statements.
Oh, that's so funny.
They're texting. That's texting, you know.
Oh, is that what they do?
Yeah. We now have a generation of kids who know how to spell very well because they have to. Otherwise, you don't use this, you don't do this if you know spell.
This is true.
Yeah. So it's got its advantages. Now I'm going to bring somebody out here who is a little bit on the wild side. Do you remember Uncle Dirty?
Of course I remember Uncle Dirty.
All right, here's Bob Altman. Bob, take the long walk, the comedy walk. He's one of the funniest men alive, and the fact of the matter is that he scandalized himself years ago off of national television. And now he's taking the slowest walk in history. Get over here, sit down. All right, Bob.
Uncle Dirty.
So,
hey, nephew Naughty.
Yeah.
Where's anticlimax?
I know, but Uncle Dirty. Uncle Dirty.
Yeah.
Where did we get the name Uncle Dirty?
I used to do a hunk about a child molester running a kiddie show long before the church took it over. You know what I mean? Way back. And the name of the character was Uncle Dirty. Well, you know.
You did it before Uncle Dirty became a reality.
Yeah, but it was like, it was 67, you know, a long time ago. That was shocking. Ooh. You know, now self-immolation might get a laugh.
So where do you two know each other?
Oh, he cast me in that Richard Pryor thing. The Richard Pryor show. I've been an admirer of this man for a long time.
Why?
Because he's funny and he's got a good heart.
Well, those are two good reasons. And
Yeah.
I think George Carlin.
Uncle Dirty's very talented.
And George Carlin was in your...
What you call your George Carlin? Yeah, that thing he sent me before he died. He signed it, your best pupil. George signed that.
Yeah.
He said that?
He signed it, your best pupil.
Do your impression of him again. You almost
What you
did
call
it.
your George Carlin? Well, short guys behind the rocks, you with the beads on. That was that one, you know.
Do it, come on, do a couple of them.
I'd rather do, hey, I'll tell you, yeah, hey.
George Carlin actually was doing you. He did very well. He should have given you some residuals.
No, George. See, he was driven. His work, he had the work habits. You know, it's the extra effort in life that makes the difference. And George had work habits from, like he could have been the CEO of any major corporation. And I'm glad he picked comedy, because I got a benefit, you know, the benefit of laughter. That's the thing about stealing. I always thought that, like, you can own a poem, you can own a novel, you can own a movie. You can't own a joke because laughter is so precious, it's in the veil of tears, that you can't put a price on it.
Well, you know, Uncle Milty had the best line.
What?
He said, I know a good joke when I steal one.
Yeah, the thief of bad gags. The thief of bad gags.
Isn't that a great line?
Yeah.
To admit it and be funny on top of it?
Well,
I know a good line when I steal one.
He was known for other things, too.
Oh, we know.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Don't show everything.
Yeah.
No, don't.
But one thing he did know.
Right.
When he did drag, he knew what was funny about women.
Interesting.
He knew all their weaknesses. When he did drag, you would laugh. Him and that Flip Wilson were the best at it.
It's true.
Yeah, they're
I
true.
forgot about that.
They don't, I
Flip
mean, like,
Wilson
you
was
know, the
great
RuPaul and all these people, they take it too seriously. You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They don't. The joke is not there.
Yeah.
They actually think that they're women. They're scary. No, I'm serious. You know, they take it seriously. You know, it's one thing to pretend you're a vampire. There's another thing to walk around and bite people and take their blood. But no, it's true. Uncle Milty was he knew the weaknesses of women. He used to make me laugh so hard because when he pretended he was a woman, I used to die at him. He was the funniest at it. And Flip Wilson, actually, Flip really didn't like Geraldine. He didn't like that character. He was actually schizophrenic. Because once Geraldine came on, everyone loved Geraldine so much, they didn't care whether Flip came back or not.
That's right.
It's the truth. If Flip never came back, the audience wouldn't give a damn.
They've been playing that again, his shows.
Yeah, and you know, it's like, it's Telegram, you understand? If you see the Flip Wilson show and you see the Playboy Club, you knew Geraldine was coming.
Yeah.
If we were on an airplane and there was stewardess, you knew Geraldine was coming.
Yeah.
See? And Flip really, he actually had a health, like a juice place called Geraldine's.
No.
Oh, yeah.
So he exploited his own.
Of course he did.
Other personality.
Oh, yeah. His other personality.
Yeah. So the alter ego.
Yeah.
And you know, when you do voices or you do impressions like that, we had John Pissy here last night, and he looks like Uncle Dirty. He has a puppet that has his eyebrows like
the puppet looks like Uncle Dirty.
Yeah, just like him. Did you see him last night or last show? Last show we had the other night.
I'm an AM news radio junkie. You know,
Why?
I like to listen to the glib provocateurs and the snake oil salesman. You know, that's what you get at late at night. You know, and you know my favorite line: once they cure prostate enlargement, late night talk radio is going to lose a lot of listeners.
So why do you listen to Wins, for instance? That's the
WINS because I like their new, because CBS covers the Yankees and I hate the Yankees.
Oh, I see.
So WINS gives me the news and they're not a Yankee station. I took that off my
Do you care about the traffic that much that you have to hear it every 20 minutes?
I don't mind. I listen to that. I listen to Bloomberg. And I listen to the fans sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, guys with dead-end jobs, ungrateful children, and frigid wives. Sports is all they got left.
But you know, radio was so threatened by television.
Oh, yeah. And it's
Now,
stronger
you
than
mean
ever
currently?
now.
No, back in the day.
Nah.
Yes. Back in the day, they thought TV, they thought it was the end.
Jack Benny used to have a show on radio, and he led it into the television show, and the TV show did poorly. Fred Allen did the same thing, and it did poorly. George Burns did very well, and so did Jack Benny. I think eventually had a hit show, didn't he?
Radio show or TV?
TV.
Oh, yeah, he was okay. I
But
watched
TV was like it was from another planet. Because I remember when there was one television on the block.
Yeah.
One TV, one Mexican.
California.
Yeah, I remember that. And no. Everyone was fascinated with television. And it only had, what, 2 shows? The Long Ranger and something else?
Well, I think now, you know, there's so many choices, as you well know. I mean, come on.
But back then, TV had dignity.
Well, it
Remember
doesn't-
the stick cartoons?
No.
The little stick people?
I do. It had dignity. It went off. Don't you remember?
Yes.
It said, good night.
Yeah.
It took a nap.
It doesn't do that now.
No, it's forever.
No.
And so are the talk shows. They keep grinding over. The Egypt thing is enough. Have we worn out enough about that? We know nothing about Egypt, but we know everything about how the news is that they have a victory of freedom.
But I love that they have the Egyptian. I love that. I love it.
Well, I like the news.
I
but
get to see the pyramids. I love it. It's
you
the
never
best.
saw the pyramids on that. They're not in the square. But what do you think about the freedom in Egypt? Is it significant?
What?
To fight for freedom.
I think it's the best. I love it.
You do?
It reminds me of slavery because the Egyptians enslaved the Jews. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just, I can relate
to
it.
Now they know how the Jews felt when they were free.
I got a thought. I figure out why the women wear the burqas.
Why?
No, why?
Because 1 out of 10 people on the planet is gay. That means out of the billion Muslims, there's 500 million gay. I mean, one out of 10. That'd be 50 million gay male Muslims. How can they pass? I mean, there's gay and there's gay. There's gay guys you'd never know. There's gay guys at night in a fog, you know he's gay. You understand? How would he pass? The burqa. My name is Jasmine.
You think that's why they wear them?
Of course.
We have a shot of
That's
the puppet from John.
You got
Pizzi
the puppet?
on Friday night. Yeah.
Great.
We gotta show you what this is. Here's the shot right here. See it?
Uncle Dirty does look like that. That is so scary.
They're stealing my act.
What does it sound like?
Go ahead, do
what
it.
does it sound like?
Move your eyebrows. Go ahead, do
Move
it.
your eyebrows. It does look like. What does the puppet sound like? Does it sound like Uncle Dirty?
Very mean. He's got mean puppets,
Uncle
but that's
Dirty.
what makes it fun. Like Dirty.
Nature's Way, organic foods.
Pepperoni. Head cheese.
This is, hello? Wait, how you say?
Is your mother home?
I'm 4 years old, I'm all alone.
Is your sister home?
I'm 4 years old, I'm all alone.
Fufu kaka poo poo.
You're so sick. In a good way.
That puppet was scary.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you. I
When
know
you first saw it, did you freak out?
When I saw him tonight with the eyebrows not cut, I freaked out. I figured, well, you know, I've known Dirty since he worked at Richard's Lounge on Route 9 in Lakewood.
Okay.
Which was in the 70s. Yeah. And he was always with jazz musicians. Yeah. Wonderfully funny and engaging and offbeat. Like, you know, comedy to me in those days was an expression of someone's craziness or their thoughtfulness. One or the other, and it seemed to be.
Jazz was kind of the same way.
And jazz is the same way.
Because we were talking about Miles Davis.
I want to play. I want to play something.
For me.
Do we have time for this?
Remember his wife, Honey?
Yeah.
Well, no. Wait. I gotta share this with you. I went to the Consumer Electronics Show in January, which I do every year, and there's a guy named Noel, who is Noel Lee. He's the founder of Monster Cable, and he has an avocation. He loves music. Last year, for the awards dinner, he had John Legend. And this year he hired Earth, Wind & Fire and a 40-piece orchestra and shot it in 3D to give the souvenir to the people who he was working with in the distribution, you know, the stores, retail level. He created a Miles Davis headset for the family in honor of the family, and the kids came in too. We're gonna take a break and we'll come back, but let me tell you about the headset. You know, when you go on a plane sometimes and you plug the headset in, and it's straight forward, so it will bend and then break. This one is already bent, so that you plug it in. It's made to fit so that you can.
You can't break it.
Can't break it. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a Miles Davis headset. Now Miles Davis had the best-selling album in history. Best-selling jazz album.
Sketches of Spain?
No. Well, do you know what it was?
No.
Best-selling jazz album in history was Miles. I can't think of the name of it.
Miles Ahead. I mean, let's. Do you know I won a contest of draw a picture of Miles Davis's back.
Why?
Because he always used to turn his back when he played.
No, well, he did that. No. He turned his back on stage. That's how arrogant he was. And Miles Davis also he was a
dentist.
He was a medical doctor. Yeah. He had a degree. He said, I don't have to be doing this. I could be somewhere being a doctor.
He played with Bird when he was 17.
Yeah.
All right, I want to play the tape.
Okay, play
I think we talked about it on this. I don't remember because it was a couple months ago, but this or January.
Because I want to tell you something. In the interview they asked him something. I want to tell you what he said.
All right, so here is Noel Lee, who's a successful businessman and a great guy. Built a monster company.
Oh, thank you so much. Monster products, Monster cable, Monster headphones, Monster cable, Monster power.
And your family says you are one.
Head monster, that's what they call me.
And I want to talk to you about a couple things. Every great company is built on a philosophy. And you have, I mean, I've tracked you a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, incidentally, just to share something with you. Last year you presented at your awards dinner John Legend.
Oh, yeah, John was beautiful.
This year he's on the front page of the American Airlines magazine. So I got on the plane, and it took a year for him to get, you know, he's a real nice guy like you are.
Well, I hope we helped him with that a little bit.
You did, of course you did. That's why I'm acknowledging it. I'm saying, you know, last year it was a little bit more obscure, but you're a music fan.
Oh, we love music. That's where we came from. That's the heart and soul of the Monster.
And the music business is so different. There's no record business, but there is a music business. So it's bigger than ever.
That's why we're in headphones, because the headphones is like the high-def TV of audio. Yeah, finally now you can hear all the music that you have on your iPods and on your CDs through Monster headphones. So it's been a phenomenal growth for us.
And do you have the noise reduction ones?
Oh yeah, well the Beat Studio are noise reduction, and then we have ones that are not, that people love as well.
Now, do you think of all these things, or do you have a team?
You know, I would like to say my team executes, but I'm kind of like maybe you know what Apple is. You have a single visionary who thinks of the products and drives the products. So I get ideas from my team, but most of the ideas came from uses that I have that I want to have. And if it's audio connectivity, better picture, better sound, and now better music on my headphones.
One of my best friends is Peter Wheatfall.
Oh yeah, Peter's a great guy.
And he loves you very much. And we were talking about you last night. And so I said, I'm going to mention it. I'll mention it.
Okay,
on here.
yeah.
Because, he's another one of those innovators. And we're right across from Samsung this year with Monster. And Samsung was Peter's great Korean company.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what a lot of people don't know, you were Korean born, right?
No, Chinese born.
Are you really?
First of all, I was born in the U.S. My parents are Chinese.
I didn't know that. I thought you were Korean.
Yeah, no.
You're tall for a Korean.
Yeah. Well, listen, Korea is the new Japan, and we have alliances with a lot of great Korean companies, including Samsung. But you'll see at our concert tonight, we got the Wonder Girls from Korea.
Right.
So
and they're the #1 act in Asia.
The #1 act in Asia, even though out of Korea, the #1 act in China. So it's huge, huge.
All right, so where are we going with China? Was Nixon right about it?
Nixon was absolutely right. In fact, I went into China as soon as he opened it up, and it was like a whole different place. It was very strange then. Today, it is the biggest, most aggressive commercial center in the world. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Now they're going to pick up pretty quickly with what the Koreans are great workers, and they are organized, right?
Koreans are, well, look at anybody in Asia, any country in Asia. The work ethic, the attitude toward science and technology is unbelievable. What makes the difference is how the government views it. So the Korean government and the Samsungs and the Hyundais of the world is because they had a lot of government support. We don't have that kind of support in the U.S.
Well, you don't want it. You want a separation of church and state, and you want a separation of business and government. We don't want to be married to them, do you?
Well, no, it depends on the country, okay? So if you have an underdeveloped country, without the support of government, it's hard to be an industrial power.
But we have an industry that supports government here financially, and that really, well,
that's because we're advanced. Okay, so we've already built it. People are trying to take it away. Okay, but when you have nothing, you start from nothing, and you got people living in villages, and they're not going to start mega companies like Samsung.
Sure.
So,
now, another thing here, I was just thinking, I'm Italian. So when I went to Italy, I reclaimed I wasn't born in Italy, I was born here. So when I went back, I had this great feeling. I stood in the Colosseum, because I was a gladiator in the last life. You know that, right?
Oh, well, I could tell. I recognize you. Yeah, because I was the one fighting against you in my last life.
Well, now you had to have a feeling for China, because we all have roots inside of us somewhere. And are you proud? Do you feel really good when you go to China now about the heritage?
Well, first of all, it's kind of like a homecoming. It's great to have parents who are born in China, and me being raised here, to go back into China with the culture and the heritage, but with American ideas, because we're an American company, we're not a China company.
Right.
Okay, so and they recognize us as an American company. They didn't know the other guy was Chinese until I walked in. Okay, they could have been an American executive.
So, are you proud of the products when you bring them there?
Oh, very proud. First of all, the openness to what they have in China, to the Monster brand, has been just very rewarding. And that's why we partner with Yao Ming. He's the #1 icon in China.
And tall.
And tall, but, those of us who don't know Yao that well know him first as a sports figure. But in China, he's much more than a sports figure. He's an icon for Chinese people, because he broke through. Yeah, there are very few people actually, John Woo, the director, and Amy Tam, you got a few people break through on an international world front out of China, and Yao was brought up to break through by the government. So, but his ability to be an icon for the Chinese people is how he's respected by billions in China.
Now, no, a lot of you don't know this because you're not there, but he throws the best parties, and he loves the people he works with. First of all, the people he work for, I see, because I go to the thing every year, and there's hundreds of people, maybe thousands, sitting in this room getting awards, dealers. He's very, very social. You're the best social networker of anybody in the business I know.
Well, I don't know about that, but we feel it's appropriate every year to recognize the achievements of our retailers, our partners who really put Monster in the forefront and use their power to help us help them. So
you're not just a cable company.
No, we weren't even a cable company when we were doing cables, okay? Because we were really a networking, business-oriented partnership kind of company. How to create value for consumers and how to bring a product that is a commoditized product like cables or like power and make something of it and build an industry around it. So that's, I think, what we do best.
And about the wheelie here. Now, there's a social guy here. Who built this thing?
Well, this is a gentleman who invented it. His name is Dean Kamen. He's a very good friend of mine. He's the master inventor of the world. He's like the Da Vinci of today. He runs a great organization called FIRST, which is promoting science and technology for young kids, getting young kids involved in science. You can kind of Google that FIRST with Dean Kamen. But this guy was a master inventor, changed my life with the Segway.
Well, you're a great guy, and I'm really proud to know you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, so that's it, Monster. We'll see you tonight. See you at the Earth, Wind, and Fire concert. Younger, it'd be perfect. Glad I got rid of the tie. It was a little too formal. So Paul Mooney is here, Uncle Dirty, and Maurice is coming out in just a minute. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit. For almost 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped millions of Americans just like you. We've helped nurses and doctors. We've helped police officers and firefighters. We've helped homemakers and home builders. We've helped over 5 million people suffering from credit card debt. And now we want to help you.
Consolidated Credit is the one company you can trust. Our exclusive Freedom Quest program can help you find options and solutions to your financial challenges. We can reduce your monthly payments by up to 50%, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, save you thousands in interest and fees, and help you get out of debt fast.
When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution. We've helped over 5 million people. Let us help you.
You're one call away from financial freedom.
Call Consolidated Credit now. 1-800-440-2181. 1-800-440-2181.
Hi, I'm Joey Reynolds. I got a brand new show. It starts on television after about 14 years on radio on NBC's New York Nonstop. It's called All Night. That's when we're on. Between midnight and 2, Monday through Friday. And what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
All right, Paul Mooney is here, and also Uncle Dirty, and Paul Hampton is coming out in a little bit. So I got 2 Pauls here. I'll be a Paul bearer, if you'll pardon my bad pun. All right, we got from New Jersey, the man who is the second funniest person alive is Maurice. Maurice, come on out here tonight.
I love the second funniest person alive.
Maurice, where are you? Is he gonna?
I'm coming, Joey.
He's got high tech.
Yeah, he has he's telling us all about that.
Here's a guy that's filming himself as he makes an appearance.
film myself, like,
he's filming the camera. Walk over here, sit down. How are you, Maurice?
How you doing, Joey?
Put your camera down. We're union. Put it away.
We union.
It's a union gig. Sit down. So you know Mr. Mooney over here?
I know these comedy legends, man. Matter of fact, they both fans of mine. I met Mooney like in the late '80s at Catch a Rising Star, and Uncle Dirty I met at the old improvisation on 44th and 9th, years ago. We became friends like ever since, man. You
got a shout out for us?
We both share the same birthday. Yeah, I like to get a shout out before I begin anything to my two daughters, Flotilla and Lunessa. Daddy be home. How you doing, babies?
Don't you love his shout outs?
He brought up the improv, remember?
Yeah.
That's when the wife was there.
Yeah, Silver Freeman.
Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
we
the
had
good
a
old
drink
days.
after her, vinegar and water.
Because I came into as a tail end, like when Bud was just about 2 or 3 years from leaving, he gave the club over to Chris Albrecht, and then like he lost the club to Silver Freeman, the divorce settlement.
Bud had the best line on comedy. He said, "I never listened to the act. I listened to the audience. What do I know?"
He's
And
right.
He's on the money.
Well, he was about the money.
Yeah, but I mean, when Andy Kaufman first started working, nobody knew what he was doing, but the audience liked him, so that was the proof.
And of course Larry David.
Mm-hmm. Well, Larry David bombed. Larry David was funnier. All the comics would laugh, and see, Larry, the glass is half empty. I once fixed him up with a girl. Larry is that little bald guy. That's Larry. The little bald guy on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You know how
George Costanza.
George.
That's Larry. That's Larry's personality, as I know it. But now he's a mogul. He made more money than Woody Allen. You know, with that show, what was it, $250 million for
Seinfeld, yeah.
Yeah.
They at the show's finale.
What?
That's unreal.
$250 million they each got. Seinfeld got $250 million, and so did Larry.
And
now,
he still makes about $50 million a year in reruns.
God bless him.
Yeah,
You know.
Jerry and Larry David makes about $50 million
How do you
a
guys
year
know
in
about
reruns.
these people's personal? How do you know this?
It's scuttlebutt. We don't know if it's true.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
You're tossing it around. They made this and they made that.
Well, why did we talk about? Did we ever used to talk about how much money Bob Hope made?
he had a house full of writers. He had help.
But you never. It was not about that. It wasn't. You never would talk about how.
We didn't know. It
about-
wasn't around.
Yeah, it wasn't around.
But we weren't gossiping. We were doing news, not gossip. Gossip it takes the paint off of furniture.
Well, it's not exactly gossiping, Joe. It's like like we're saying, like, you know, we wish we had that money.
No,
you know?
what is it? What's the legal thing? If you gossip, it's the truth. What is it if you lie on someone? Then it's against the law.
It's news.
No, if you lie on them, you can be, you can sue them.
Right.
See, if it's the truth, it's gossip. You're gossiping. Right. See, you can't sue the person for talking about the truth, but you can sue them if they're lying.
Right, because defamation of character, man.
Right.
It's intently lying about somebody which you know is true. Yeah. I mean, like, no. Right.
Well, moving into the reality television, which we have now, especially.
Well, Bob Hope owns an airport, doesn't he?
He owned a lot of things. Burbank Airport, yeah.
Didn't he own a baseball team?
The Angels. Was it him and Audrey?
Gene Autry. Gene Autry owned them.
Yeah, Gene Autry owned the Angels, and he also didn't do real well with them until he brought a star player. You remember who that was?
Jackie Robinson?
Yeah. No,
Jackie.
That's all I know. That's all I know.
Well, look at Bush. He was the owner of the Texas Rangers, right? I mean, how can you trust a guy who traded Sammy Sosa?
So how are things in Newark?
I'm still ducking.
All right.
Yeah. You know,
that sounds like a reality show, doesn't it?
What?
It sounds like a reality.
This guy here is your understudy, Dirty.
Well, both of these guys, man, I got brilliant minds, man. You know, Mooney, I see him come to the improv with him and Priorities coming and, like, you know, work stuff out.
Yeah. And what did you learn?
I learned, man, how to be disciplined from them.
And how about from Dirty?
Oh, from Dirty, I learned how to roll better joints.
Now that's funny.
Hey.
He's still with us.
Yeah. But he's a brilliant guy, man.
Yeah.
You learn something from guys like that. You know, comedy today, you go to these clubs today, man, it's like, it's no substance, man. It's like, you know, everybody wants to like do like a 5 minutes, like make a killer 5 minutes, like get a television show or a writer's job. You know, they're not dedicated to, you know, comedy like it is now.
Hey,
you know, it's like it's lost its art form a little bit.
How's your career?
It's all right. I'm slowly starting to get back to the city. You know, I have some projects that I'm working on that's coming out.
Is New York a good place to do comedy?
Oh yeah, it's like, how many clubs are in the city right now, Paul? I mean, you say roughly.
What here?
Comedy
There's
clubs.
The ones that count, there's a lot of them that don't count. They're just
right.
There's about 3 that count: Caroline's, Gotham, and what's the other one? The one down there on 14th Street. The one where Engel runs the comedy show there.
Oh, comics?
I did a show for Jehovah's Witnesses. All they wanted to hear were knock-knock jokes.
Where was this?
New Jersey.
All right, we're going to bring out Paul Hampton now, who is good friends with Paul Mooney. And I guess, right? I mean, is that, you guys know each other a long time?
Oh, yeah, Paul was in A Lady Sings the Blues.
Oh yeah, he was
He played the villain, the dope dealer.
Oh,
He's the one
I was
that got
trying to
into
recognize
drugs.
him.
Paul.
He was the horn man, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to recognize his, like, you know, his face. I see, he looks familiar. He was the evil guy.
Yeah.
Paul, come on out here. Paul Hampton, come on down. I feel like we're doing the price.
He sings too. Is he going to sing?
Yeah, Paul, you going to go over there and sing?
Please.
Yeah, whatever you want me to do, yes. I can't do it right away, yes.
Yeah.
I can do whatever you want me to do.
Come and talk to us first.
All right, all right.
Come on behind the set, not in front of it.
Come behind the set, and then he'll go.
Oh, I was wrong to walk in front of the set.
Yeah, but that's okay. No, nobody makes any mistakes
Well,
on the
who's
show.
perfect?
Because the entire show is a mistake.
Exactly. No, it's not.
Sit down.
It is not.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Wonderful to see you again,
Great.
Paul. You're dressed very nicely for television.
Thank you. Tonight?
Don't dress up better than don't dress up better than the host you're not on anymore.
No, listen. I like what you're doing. It's good. I just decided I had to have what my image was.
Oh yeah.
A man who's on his own cruise.
Well, you know what? We have Paul Mooney here on one side, and
Right.
you got Maurice on the other, and Uncle Dirty just for good luck.
I understand that.
Now you know all these gentlemen.
Yes, I do, and especially Paul. And of course, aside from you, but Paul is like family with me. It's been, it's like a return to my heart when I see him every single time. What I learned from Paul was courage. When I was working with Richard Pryor, when we first met, when we did Lady Sings the Blues, and Richard and I were writing a script together. I remember the first day I walked on the set of Lady Sings the Blues with Diana Ross, and I'm the only white guy. It's complete blacks, and I'm the one. And I said, so, what am I going to do here, you know? So Richard says, now, where are you from? And I said, well, I'm from New York. He said, oh, yeah, where'd you study? And I said, I studied at the Neighborhood Playhouse. I said, oh, okay, good. And he said, I said, where'd you study? He said, Remy Martin. Remy Martin. So he said, why don't you have some? So I take this and I go like this. I said, man, I got me some talent. Now I got me some talent. I said, now I know Remy. I said, I am ready to go. Now I see Diana Ross. This is a true story. I swear to God, it was my first lesson in courage. And I take this and she comes in. They don't know who I am. But I know exactly who I am. And I sit down and we do our first scene. And I'm saying to myself, this was my lesson in courage. It didn't matter where it came from, but it came from Richard's spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So then later, after we did that film, we were invited to do another film, as Paul knows, Hit. They could have called it Miss. but we did this other film. We were in the south of France together. So we have an idea. One night I'm at the piano, and we're saying, he says, man, I love this character. I had a character that was one of those guys that wears a tuxedo at noon, goes into the dry cleaners with a tuxedo with full makeup, you know, with 30 and vitamin E cream, vitamin E, 30 unit vitamin cream.
Restylane?
Huh?
Yeah, they call it Restylane, right? That's what they call vitamin E, Restylane.
Ritalin.
Yeah, probably something like that. He said, let me tell you what the secret to life, Paul, vitamin E, 30,000 units. I'm saying, this is good. So I put this on my face. I said, man, I'm looking good now. This is good. So when Richard and I started writing the script, then something happened. You know the story, what happened with it. And then you came into the picture. That's how we first met.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to perform for us tonight.
I will.
We're going to take a break first, and we're going to have an exceptional performance from Paul Hampton tonight, because you are going to have some peer pressure.
No, I have no peer pressure.
Yes,
because
you do, because if you don't do well tonight, we're throwing you off the pier. You're done.
No, but you have to understand, that's assuming there is a pier. I am my own pier, so I have no problem.
No, we're talking about the Hudson.
Okay.
We'll be right back. I got Paul Hampton to play, and he better perform geniusly. Is that a word? We'll be right back.
Is there another choice?
I sip and scrabble.
When New York celebrities have something to say, they head for the stoop.
This is my stoop. I gotta come to the stoop.
Talk Stoop.
I feel like we're so close that we could kiss. This is a whole other kind of stoop.
It's where Cat Greenleaf gets people talking.
What? Really?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yes. Listen, Naked. Do you mind if I call you Naked? Tell me something good.
The best of New York on a stoop in Brooklyn.
The celebrity butts that have graced the stoop.
Talk Stoop, weeknights at 8 on New York Nonstop. Sponsored by Cozy. Life should be delicious.
I'm an anchor and a pilot.
I am passionate about chocolate.
I am a ballerina.
I'm the daughter of a jazz musician.
I am a 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
I'm a grandpa. Yeah, I'm a grandma.
I'm interested in the story behind the story.
I'm making this look natural. I am glamorous.
I'm an anchor and a blues girl.
I am all about my craft.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I'm a New Yorker.
I am New York.
I am New York.
I recommend a steak.
This place is
fantastic.
I recommend this place.
We're all about New Yorkers. LX New York. It's the story of the moment. A taste of the best. It's opening night. A helping hand. The characters of New York. The spirit of New York. Told our way. LX New York. Weekdays at 5. We're all over town.
Well, I guess if you're in bed and you're in the mood for love, which many are, or maybe you're not and we have to put you there, we're going to move you a little bit over to Paul Hampton, who knows more about losing at love, but you got to get there first. And he's a journeyman. So he's one of those artists that has all of the great integrity and the wordsmanship of a songwriter that you really have to show a million seller to. You know, we got to buy his records. But you know, unfortunately, the record business is in the toilet. And Paul's not. So he's one of my favorite artists, and I want to share him with you. So listen to this wordsmith, Paul Hampton.
If there ever was a time for a song like this, it's tonight. You pirated my indifference, embezzled all my fears, committed spiritual larceny by laughing at my tears. Forged my name when you knew my soul had insufficient funds, impersonated me so well, I swore you were the one love is a crime against the heart. A reckless assault by a kiss in the dark, robbing your soul of its loneliest part. Yes, love is a crime against the heart. You chiseled all my fantasies, corrupted my defense, blackmailed me, massacred my mysteries by making too much sense, blackmailed me with tenderness by threatening to expose everything I feel inside that heaven
only knows love is a crime against the heart. A wicked assault by a kiss in the dark, robbing your soul of its loneliest part. Yes, love is a crime where justice is blind and the guilty go free. How come I'm doing time? It should be you and not me. Yes, every single time. Love, love, love. Every single time. Love, 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 love. Every single time. Love is a crime against the heart. Love is a crime against the heart. A cunning assault by a kiss in the dark, robbing your soul of its loneliest part. Oh yes, love, love is a crime every time against the heart.
Beautiful.
Paul Hampton.
Beautiful.
Now, Dirty, what does that look on your face? Were you? Did he strike a chord about your romance or your? How many marriages you had?
3, but I always went for the same type of woman, the kind that didn't resist my advances. Yeah, I was paying child support in my early 70s. I really was.
Yeah.
Up to about 72.
You're a pioneer.
Carlin, you met her. In fact, George said, "Did you name her after me?" Because her first name is Carlin. I said, if I had named her after a comic, I would have had a prior commitment.
So you do bad puns too.
Oh yeah.
You're going to wind up where I am.
Puns. Yeah, I was thinking
Doing a late night talk show.
Mixed emotions. The deep sea diver at 200 feet gets a call from his boat. Come on up. We're sinking.
You are one wild thinker.
Yeah.
And you think all this stuff up. You're totally original, right, Paul?
Who?
Uncle Dirty.
Oh, of course he is.
Of course.
I mean, this is not.
I steal from dead people.
I only steal. What is it? I see dead people. You steal from them.
Yeah.
The Sixth Sense, yeah, that movie.
Yeah.
So Maurice, does this strike a chord with you to hear this music?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. It's like, like a man piano bar or something like that.
Yeah, that's what you feel?
But that was so off the Billie Holiday story, really. Because they had Billy Eckstein. Did you see him, that interview of his?
Yeah.
You saw that interview and how he really didn't like that show. He really put the movie down because it wasn't an accurate, obviously, But Hollywood is not to be accurate, it's to make money.
Yeah. So he was the guy that shot up Diana Ross.
We're going to take a break.
He influenced an awful lot of singers. Not as much as Louis, of course, but Billy Eckstein did.
Many people have just made out to Paul's music. We'll be right back on the All Night with
Joey Reynolds.
Be right back.
Remember he had the 6-piece
Every
singing
single
chorale?
time. Love is a crime against the heart. Love is a crime against the heart. A cunning assault by a kiss in the dark. Robbing a
Hi, I'm fitness celebrity Jennifer Nicoli. And if you're busy like me, then stay tuned because I'm excited to share with you the most innovative piece of exercise equipment ever.
Introducing the Ab Circle Pro, the fastest, easiest way to have the flat washboard abs and the sexy V shape you've always wanted.
Are you struggling to lose those love handles nobody loves? Now there's a machine so advanced, it targets your entire core, upper, middle, and lower abs, and even your obliques, all in one circular motion as it aerobically burns fat in just minutes a day.
The secret is the Ab Circle Pro combines cardio and abs to burn fat, while its unique friction-free track uses the momentum of gravity to target your entire midsection in a full circular motion, firing your core like no other machine has ever done. You'll firm and flatten your stomach in just weeks, not months. We guarantee it. Best of all, it's fun and easy and takes just 3 minutes a day. And watch this. Simply remove the pin, and the Ab Circle Pro becomes a fat-burning bun and thigh machine.
On the Ab Circle Pro, I lost almost 3 dress sizes in a few short weeks.
With the Ab Circle Pro system, I've now lost 60 pounds, I feel great, and I'm one hot mama.
And now, through this exclusive TV offer, the Ab Circle Pro can be yours to try in your home for 30 days for just $14.95. And if you call within the next 10 minutes, we'll send you Jennifer Nicole Lee's complete Lose Your Love Handle system, which includes our 3-minute express workout and nutritional guide, absolutely free. That's everything you need to transform that body from flab to ab.
You have nothing to lose but inches. So pick up the phone and call now.
Call 1-800-709-1301 to try Ab Circle Pro for $14.95 plus shipping with credit card order. Call now for a free upgrade to priority processing so you'll get your Ab Circle system in 7 to 10 days or less. That's 1-800-709-1301. Call now.
Why would you hide your face when nobody knows what it is anyway?
You're right. You're right, Joe. You know what I'm saying?
You're a writer for Rodney Dangerfield, and I think you're still living that role, and a good one too. So we're gonna present another one of my favorite people. All these people on the show tonight, as I mentioned at the very beginning, are people who are geniuses in our city. New York, of course, which has these little pockets of insanity, whether it's cabaret or the big room, which is Broadway, or the little rooms where we do comedy, and sometimes we stuff it away. Other times we have big rooms that suck. But we have we have the Lincoln Center, which isn't always hitting the mark either, you know. But tonight I wanted to put some people on the air. No, we always put good people on the air. I wanted to explain. You know what, I think sometimes we need a libretto like they do in the opera. You need to understand what's going on. No one takes the time to explain anymore what we're watching or what we're supposed to like. And you know what's missing on a morning show on radio? I'm going to just say this on the air. I hope someone picks up on it. The morning shows on radio, which used to be very popular around the time of Scott Shannon, The Morning Zoo, and those radio programs, what we really need in the morning is Casey Kasem. Because somebody's got to explain what the hell this music is all about. Nobody ever says anything. They just play it like you already know everything.
You know he's still on the air?
Casey is still on the air, but we need someone to explain this music. And you need someone to explain what we're doing on television. Because I think, you know, we're into this too hip for the room idea in our
And
culture.
he sounds the same.
And many things do sound the same because we're not as
No,
creative.
he's about 2,000 years old. But
Oh,
he
you mean
sounds,
Casey?
Yes.
Does he still do the voice of Shaggy and
Scooby-Doo?
He-
No, it's unreal. I said, this can't be the same man.
Yeah, it is. He's a vegan.
Huh?
Lived a long time.
A vegan?
Yeah.
What is that, like something from Star Trek?
No, it means you don't eat, you don't eat vegetables.
What is that?
You don't eat meat.
Don't eat meat. Don't eat meat. All right, now here's a guy who was
homeless. He's homeless.
Well, you were in the
He's
circus.
homeless.
You were in the circus, right? What did you do in the circus?
The circus. I thought you said the service.
No, the circus.
What are you, CIA? Anyway, no, I was in the circus. I'm going to go down in history. I was the first black ringmaster for the Gaddy Charles Circus.
Well, how about Eric Michael Gillett? Was he not a ringmaster?
Yes.
Right?
Of course.
And another,
he knows all about my.
I guess you got to be a great singer or a really funny guy.
You got to be talented to be with the circus.
Talented. And that's what he is. Here's Eric Michael Gillett.
In a hall, on a wall, in a house in Reseda, there's a poster held up by 2 nails and a pin. It's my daddy, the actor, about to die with his boots on. He's the one standing up there next to old Errol Flynn. He got 3rd or 4th billing at the end of each picture. Well, that don't mean much, he would say with a grin. But he held my hand tight as he pointed his name out, only 4 or 5 names down below Errol Flynn. Now fame, it is fleeting, and stars they keep falling and staying right up there. That's the business of art. And luck kisses some while she passes by others. Disappointment and bourbon are hard on the heart. Well, the women and beers and the years with old Errol, they took their toll and took me from his side. He kissed me goodbye at the old Union Station. That's the last time I saw him, the last time I cried. Now I'm sitting alone in a house in Reseda, watching the Late Show while the moonlight streams in. And up on the screen, well, here comes my daddy. It's a sad, funny feeling. Now I'm older than him. So you daddies and daughters, you sons and you mothers, remember life's over before it begins. So love one another and stand close together, just as close as my dad did to old Errol Flynn.
Oh, boy. Got to come back for St. Patrick's Day. You'll see Eric Michael Gillett over at Feinstein's, and he's going to do the Oscar songs during his set, and Michael Sabatino who's played the piano, right, tonight? Is that right? Did I get it right?
Did he write this?
Jeff. Okay, good.
Did he write this?
And you didn't write that song?
No, that's not my song. That's
Not your song.
That's the wonderful Amanda McBroom and Gordon Hunt.
Wonderful. Thank you. When are you at Feinstein's?
February 15th to 19th. The show's called Widescreen Songs from and About the Movies. We're open next Tuesday night.
Also, as an artist, he's a great producer, and some of the great shows you see are produced by Eric Michael Gillett. All right, coming up is M. Dickson. Be right back.
Things about Daddy. No one gives a fuck.
And the years with old Errol, they took their toll and took me from his side. He kissed me goodbye at the old Union Station. That's the last.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
Hi, I'm Joey Reynolds. I got a brand new show. It starts on television after about 14 years on radio on NBC's New York Nonstop. It's called All Night. That's when we're on. Between midnight and 2, Monday through Friday. And what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for, All Night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop. Wait till Cool Breeze finds out I wore his jacket. He left it in a pile tonight and I put it on. I've been wearing it all night tonight. All right, here's M. Dickson, funny lady. Come on, M. M. I love that. Everybody's just down to one name or an initial. I've become an initial dropper. Hello, M.
Hello.
Come and sit down, be my guest.
Thank you.
You're sitting in the chair of royalty.
Oh, fantastic.
It's not mine. But you got people like Paul Mooney and Uncle Dirty. Those are they're classic comics, you know.
They are.
Do you know anything about them? Or do you...
I'm familiar with Paul's work a little bit, from the
because
city.
you know these are the guys who set the stage when there was a brick wall behind
Absolutely.
you. And they usually, well, we hit the brick wall. These guys are in front of it. So how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Beautiful young lady. How's your life?
My life is good. I have no complaints.
Yeah. Are you having a good experience today?
Yeah.
I ask every day because you know, it's a day at a time.
It's one day at a time, sure, but today's a good day.
So what did you pick up on? I mean, I know you got your psychic ability and you got vibes. You must have picked up on something that's really off a little.
Something's off a little?
I mean, well, that's comics, you know. I mean,
oh, right.
Yeah, something that's absurd or...
I think everyday stuff is just absurd. I don't think you can walk through Times Square without seeing lots of little absurd things all over the place.
I try not to look behind me.
Do you get a lot of people just peering against the window?
Yes, I do, but I'm interviewing you.
Okay.
Now, what are you doing? What's going on in your life right now?
I just got off the road. I was on the road for 7 months.
Where'd you go?
All over the place. We went out to LA, and then we were down in Nashville and came up through the Carolinas and some stuff in Maryland and Delaware. And
do they laugh differently in every one of these places?
A little bit. The South's certainly a different atmosphere than performing in Boston.
What would
or
get a
New
laugh
York.
in the South that wouldn't get in LA?
I think it might be the reverse. I think in LA I can talk more freely about politics or religion, and I think in the South they get offended a little easier. They think they should be offended. I do enjoy it.
You like offending people?
I don't know that I like offending people, but if it happens, that's all right.
So what made you start on the thing?
In comedy?
Yeah.
My background's in acting, and I went to an acting conservatory here in the city, and then I started doing sketch comedy, and then I just wanted to sketches, all character based, and I just wanted to be able to just say what I wanted to say, not have to put it in the context of something situational. So I just started doing stand up, and it's been a fun ride, and I've gotten some great experiences out of it. So I'm gonna
give us a little sample.
A little sample of oh geez, I don't know. We were talking earlier about, I was saying in the South they get offended by religion stuff, and I do try to talk a little bit about, I grew up in a very religious household. I grew up in New Jersey, an Italian Catholic family, and I always say I don't know if my grandmother invented Catholicism, but she certainly thinks she did. She adds rules to it over the years. Did you grow up Catholic?
I did.
Yeah, so you know the basics. There's like no meat on Friday. That's a Lent thing. But I'd go home on a Tuesday, and she was like, "There's no meat today." I'm like, "Well, that's not the rule." She was like, "No, more points. It's not Weight Watchers. You can't do that." So, but I always say I won't knock religion because I've read the Bible, and if you haven't, I don't want to ruin it. But he dies, then there's a twist. So that's so they like to get a little offended over that in the South as soon as you bring up religion.
Oh yeah, well, it is a little bit more conservative, right?
Yes,
Is that the
certainly.
word?
Conservative.
So we separate with everything conservative, liberal, and
Right.
I think when you do comedy these days, though, you get a little bit more liberal. You're absolutely able to use the words,
Right.
which we were talking about earlier. Richard Pryor always did anyway. You know,
Right.
those.
Well, they're certainly the ones that set the bar for
Well,
that.
George Carlin set the bar by
Right.
saying there are 7 of them.
Right.
I think there's a little more, but
Right, but
Some
those
of
are that's a good starting point.
yeah, it's a good. Yeah, so for the FCC, it's enough, you know.
Right, right.
Have you a good career going on television right now?
I did some stuff for MTV for a while,
Yeah.
and then it's about it for TV right now. I got to do a cameo in the new John Leguizamo movie that's going to be out in a few months, so I'm
I like
excited
him
to
very
see
much.
that. He was great.
See his one-man show on Broadway?
I haven't seen. He has a new one right now that's in rehearsal in Chicago. That's going to
Yeah.
be coming to New York. I'm excited to see.
I
that
saw
one.
the other one 2 years ago, I guess
Oh,
it was.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He's got a well. He's also good in films.
Yeah.
As a drag queen.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Tu Wong Fu, right?
He
Yeah,
was
I
very
saw that
pretty.
one. Yes.
You know? And serious about it.
Yeah, yeah. The movie that's coming out, it's called Fugly, and it's actually, he wrote it. It's based on sort of his life in theater and acting, so I'm excited to be a part
Well,
of
like
it.
you too. Like you do the same thing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
a few generations behind.
Saturday Night Live on your horizon. Is that a goal these days for sketch comics?
I mean, I don't think any of us would turn it down, certainly.
No, but I mean, it's well, you have to focus on something. I mean,
Right. I think I'm more interested in, certainly in stand-up and sticking with stand-up and seeing where that goes, more so than sketch or improv.
Well, there was a time when you had everybody wanted to have a television show. You know, you
Right.
wanted to be Seinfeld or Ray Ramone.
Right.
But now not so much that, because people aren't watching television that way now.
Right. I mean, the internet certainly changed the game for everything, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm sure there's no one that would turn down getting a sitcom, but I think, I'm just happy if I get to get on stage every night.
So you got a hit on YouTube?
I've gotten some videos on YouTube that get some attention. So
what did you write today? Give me something that you wrote. Because comics always write something. Even I did that.
That's true. I don't know. I honestly, most of my day today was spent watching CNN to see the whole Egypt thing go
You
down.
got an
so
Egypt joke?
I don't yet. I don't know.
No one does.
Yeah.
There aren't any.
There's not much funny going on over there.
I just tell the only one I know. I told earlier tonight.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to do it again.
Well, sure.
Ever. Well, thank you for being here. I really
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
You're a sweet young lady. I mean,
of course.
I'm waiting for the sting.
No.
You know, you're one of those people that you think, oh, she's going to come up with something going to kill me in a minute here.
No.
No, but you're great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You know Bob Bowdon? He's coming out. He'll be here in just a second.
Oh, cool.
Okay. We need to do some business first of all. We've got to make some money first.
Absolutely.
Got to pay these big rates. Are you getting a lot of money for doing the show tonight?
Millions.
Then you're a fool. We'll be right back.
I'm Elizabeth Hasselbeck. If you're like me, you probably don't have a lot of free time to exercise and keep yourself in shape. For me, the answer is the Ab Glider from Proform. I can't tell you how much I love this amazing machine. It's a great fat-burning cardio workout too, and it's fun.
Unlike other ab machines, the Ab Glider combines circular and crunch motions for a fast, fun workout of your entire midsection. You engage more muscles, get a better cardio workout, and burn twice the calories of other ab machines.
I went from an 11 to a size 4. 20 inches total. It's really easy and it's fun.
With this offer, you'll get an onboard workout computer, Elizabeth's 3-minute rapid results DVD, and her amazing abs instructional DVD, plus her amazing abs eating guide, a $159 value, free. Try the Ab Glider now for 30 days, risk-free for as little as $14.95. If you're not totally satisfied, you can return it for a full refund.
You can't find a better way to get better abs at a better price. And getting started is easy. Just call or go online to proform.com.
Are you holding the remote right now? It's nice to be in control, isn't it? Fast forward to the good parts. Oh, hold on. We're getting to the good part. If you're receiving a structured settlement from a lawsuit, you know it is not easy to wait for payments.
especially when it could be 10 or 20 years before you collect all your money. What you may not know is that you can skip ahead and receive a lump sum of cash now. Call CBC Settlement Funding for a free, no-obligation offer about your structured settlement. Whether you access all or just a portion of your future payments, we put you in control so you can fast forward and collect your money now. If you need cash now, call the number on your screen and find out how CBC Settlement Funding can help. We'll guide you through the process so you can take control of your finances and get your money faster. Call CBC Settlement Funding today.
All right, as promised, here's Bob Bowdon. Bob, come on out and give us a little bit of The Onion. Everybody reads that because it's so goofy. Plus, I like it. You know what? I use it for sex.
What's that?
The Onion.
Oh, okay, right.
I mean the
Good to see you again.
paper. Good.
Yes.
Sit down.
And M, good to see you. Thank you.
She won last comic standing, you know.
Is that right?
No.
Okay.
You didn't win it.
No. Well, that's
You were on it,
denying
though, right?
It's a controversial point.
Sure.
This is like a debate show. It's like Crossfire. You say she won it.
I
She
know.
says no.
You can't know everything.
I'm the moderator. I brought you a cheesecake.
No.
That's right. So, see, I saw that you brought Chuck Scarborough a cheesecake, so I wanted to do what you did, except this is from Carlos's Bakery. You know, the Cake Boss? There's a TV show about a guy in Hoboken called the Cake Boss. That's where this cheesecake is from. His name is Buddy, even though the store is called Carlos's.
Now, you know, Myra Chanin and I have the definitive cheesecake book of all time.
Do you?
It's St. Martin's Press.
Yeah?
It's called The World's Most Famous Cheesecakes, 150 recipes. I will bet.
You're an aficionado, you might say.
Well, no, I'm actually a fool because we didn't charge enough.
Oh, okay.
I sold the cheesecakes at Bloomingdale's. You want to hear the story?
Sure.
Well, I'll do it on another show. This is your time.
All right.
So
sure.
what is it? What's this Carter?
It's called
The Cartel.
It's called The Cartel. This is my serious side. It's a documentary about corruption in public education.
Do I hold us up, or do we have it on the Chiron, you guys?
So people can see, go to thecartelmovie.com and learn more about it. But it's about corruption in public education and failing public schools.
Well, you know, one of my best friends is George Albano, who is the best principal, I think, in the country and should be the superintendent of New York schools, if it were up to me, but the world is not run by me. George was on last week. He ran the school in Mount Vernon, which had all open classrooms, classical music in the halls, all the artwork by the kids on the walls, all Mac computers,
right,
and no violence. There has absolutely never been a theft in the lockers, ever. Great food. Also, no police activity. You know, you don't have to go through security to get into the school. And the parents have to be involved. If you don't pick up the report card, you have to pick it up if you're a parent. That kid gets expelled or something like that, you know.
I want to ask you about this show.
What?
Actually.
Sure.
First of all, it's called All Night, but it's really just 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
That's really not all night.
Well, it is. To some people, this is a lifetime.
And then the other thing
I
was thinking about the bump music. You want to hear? I can help you with that.
Is this ricotta cheese? Italian? Is it Italian cheesecake?
I asked them for their regular cheesecake.
Because I don't make that, and I love it. I love it. I just don't make it. That's all.
Well, we can look at it. Maybe you can tell me.
All right, I'm bothering you by fumbling.
It's all right. Yeah,
See,
no,
we all multitask. You know, you're probably writing your Onion column while we're
exactly.
talking.
See, there it is. You tell me, and we should get. You know, I'm not back. Look, he's using his hands. There probably are like at least plastic forks here or something.
This is very good.
Okay. All right.
But it's not ricotta cheese. It's just very good. It's very
okay. The bump music for this show. I have a feeling that you did not select the bump music.
Did not.
Okay, I have that sense.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because I have a lot of songs made up about me, which I used on radio for 14 years.
I know. I've heard. Those are incredible.
And we haven't gotten there yet because this is a new show.
You don't have the rights for those?
Well, sure.
Oh.
But we're not going to run those. We've got new ones coming.
Oh, okay.
But you got to wait. Let the show. You know, this show is not supposed to be here. You know, because
that might apply to us too. by the
No,
way.
you know, I mean, let's face it. These guys did not want to do this.
They didn't.
No, nobody wants to do
So how did
that.
it come about?
Because you have to stay persistent and say your prayers.
I see.
Not in that order.
And then I'm also, the location is amazing here,
Nobody
too.
thought to do that. I would have put Conan O'Brien here.
Right, and so,
I mean, let's face it. What I would have done with Conan O'Brien is he's a younger audience. He already had a built-in young audience.
Right.
So if they took him and moved him into Times Square instead of Johnny Carson's antique store, they would have had a better shot because he would have had the young audience automatically here.
I see.
Because he has visibility. So they didn't do it. I'm doing it. The hell with him.
Are you Johnny Carson's antique store?
No.
Oh.
He's 40. He's got $40 million. Why would you even go to work?
Yeah,
Am I yelling?
know. I wondered that myself. I wonder about like corporate CEOs who have, how many yachts can you own kind of thing, and yet they're still working,
Well, how many
18
times can you
hours
be
a day.
president, too? President once is enough.
Oh, I see.
You don't have to do this all the time.
We should have a term limit after 4 years?
No, you should have some dignity and know when the hell to get out of there.
Oh, I see.
I mean, that's what I think. Like the exit plan on Bush was like, one in the Titanic. You got to know when to leave.
You have me wondering, the last time a president chose not to run, I guess Johnson was the last president who chose not to run
Yeah,
and
why?
could have.
And he got more things done than, you know what, I had Joe Califano, who was the Health Education Welfare Director.
Sure.
He runs
under Carter.
And also under Lyndon. And he runs the department at Columbia University for Drug and Rehab. He has 65 people under him, more than he had in government.
Okay.
He's the guy that gave us C. Everett Koop, which is no smoking, which we're all enjoying our health, thank you very much, on the sides of the cigarette packs. Remember that? I asked him, I said, who was the best president you worked under? And he said, Lyndon Johnson. I said, but Kennedy was popular. He said, but Kennedy only got 5 things done. Lyndon got 100 things done. Because Lyndon Johnson knew how to work the room. You got to know how to work the Senate and the Congress.
He was the king of the Senate. He had more years than Kennedy, if in fairness.
Yeah.
He had more years than Kennedy.
Well,
and
he
also
lived.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
right.
not, I mean, it's not,
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. Right. This is. It's
you have more years than Kennedy too. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Now, did you know there's a brand new show with Greg Kinnear playing Kennedy, a miniseries that was picked up that's going to run? I just heard about this today.
No.
Do you know about this?
But I like him. I like Greg Kinnear. I think he's a really good actor. And
Yeah,
good guy. He's
me too.
fun,
Yeah,
fun guy.
yeah.
But that Talk Soup made that network.
It did.
Before Howard Stern thing came on. You got to have a show that makes the network, like this one here.
I see.
I mean, this show, if it doesn't make the network, I'm out of here.
Oh, I see.
Well, yeah, sure.
I just want it to be also on the web. Is there other plans for that? Because it's like Verizon Channel 460.
Right.
What's on 459? I got to figure this show is better than whatever's on 459.
But it's not a number. It's people will find you. The Field of Dreams. They'll find you when you are.
You are right.
I mean, I wanted to do what everybody else is doing, which is when I go online and I go to a chat room, I want something strange.
Right.
I'm not looking for something ordinary. Otherwise, I'd go to the ordinary place.
You have never been an ordinary broadcaster.
No.
And so that's why I was, when I came in here, I was expecting all cue cards. I thought it'd all be scripted. I thought we'd be reading the entire show. So now I flop
on the monologue right from the
point is,
start.
you have your style has always been to just throw it out there, and it's like you're zigging when the rest of the media is zagging, I think, and it's always been that way. And that's why you've been on the air all these years.
I don't know why, but I do know this. I love the public. See, when I die, I'll tell you. I have a friend of mine who said my tombstone ought to say, "Nobody liked him but the people."
Really?
I never got along with management. I bore rich people. They're boring. I think people who have too much to eat just should go home and burp. When you eat too much, you're boring. You're boring.
Really?
Yeah. We have fun. What? Go ahead.
People that work out too much get boring.
Well,
right? Someone with lots and lots of muscles is never funny.
No.
So that's another take. That's almost the opposite take. If you're too fit and healthy, you're not funny. Also, you go along with that?
I think there's a balance that I haven't achieved. I haven't gotten there yet, but I love the concept of being normal. Normal is a setting on a dryer.
Oh, right.
It's not a goal.
Oh, it's not. It's right.
Not a goal.
Right. It steals the soul.
So I got to see The Cartel, right?
Indeed.
This is
Yes,
Bob Budden's real serious film, and he's a good guy who's also funny.
And I'm also on the new Onion TV show on the IFC cable channel. I'm a cast member doing fake comedy news, satirical news stories.
So you'll be today's Chevy Chase. God willing.
I don't have the height, the money, the movie.
No,
career.
you'll do it. Don't forget the money. The money's that's bad goal. Bad goal.
Okay.
We'll be right back on our wonderful show that doesn't know where it's going. This is truly Seinfeld because we don't know where we're going. We'll be right back.
Syndication.
Yeah,
That's where you want.
syndication,
That's
I
where
guess,
you're
I
going.
don't know. Whatever they want to do with me,
Gonna
do
be
it.
the next Oprah. It's Oprah money. That's what syndication is. Get your Oprah money.
Always the money part.
Right.
Hi, I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit. For almost 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped millions of Americans just like you. We've helped nurses and doctors. We've helped police officers and firefighters. We've helped homemakers and home builders. We've helped over 5 million people suffering from credit card debt. And now we want to help you.
Consolidated Credit is the one company you can trust. Our exclusive Freedom Quest program can help you find options and solutions to your financial challenges. We can reduce your monthly payments by up to 50%, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, save you thousands in interest and fees, and help you get out of debt fast.
When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution. We've helped over 5 million people. Let us help you.
You're one call away from financial freedom.
Call Consolidated Credit now. 1-800-440-2181. 1-800-440-2181.
Hi, I'm Joey Reynolds. I got a brand new show. It starts on television after about 14 years on radio on NBC's New York Nonstop. It's called All Night. That's when we're on. Between midnight and 2, Monday through Friday. And what the show is called is All Night with Joey Reynolds. We're actually doing the show from the NASDAQ market site, which is at 43rd and Broadway in Times Square. This is a show worth staying up for all night with Joey Reynolds on NBC's New York Nonstop.
Computer problems? Not a problem for Computer Haven. At a loss at what to do when a computer malfunctions or that inevitable virus strikes? Then call the guys at Computer Haven, the safe place for all your computing needs. Experts in computer and laptop repair, upgrades, and new custom-built PC desktops and Macs. Give us a call today, 732-264-1100, or visit us at computerhaven-nj.com.
All right, so we got to get out of here, I guess, pretty quick here because we rented the room and they want it back. They're going to have a wedding and a bar mitzvah, so we got to get the hell out of here. Let us smile, be your umbrella, get a mouthful of rain. Now from Ellen's Diner, here they are, the Dinettes. No, Ellen's Stardusters. Here they are.
Somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight, someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight.
Somewhere out there, someone's saying a prayer that we'll find one another in that big somewhere out there. And even though I know how very far apart we are, it helps to think we might be wishing on the same bright star.
And when the night wind starts to sing a lonesome lullaby, it helps to think we're sleeping underneath that same big sky.
Somewhere out there, if love can see us through, then we'll be together somewhere out there, even though I know how very far.
There are 13,000 cabs in New York City, but there's only one that pays you. Climb into the cash cab and I'll quiz you all the way to your destination. As the meter clicks, the questions get harder and the stakes get higher. If you get stumped, you shout out for help on the phone or off the street.
Can I ask you a question?
But be careful, because in this rig, it's 3 strikes and you are out. So what do you say? You in?
Doesn't listen to parents like me because we tell them, stop talking about teacher layoffs. Losing 5,000 teachers will make classes even more overcrowded. Mayor Bloomberg doesn't listen to the facts either. The city's got a $3 billion surplus. We don't need to lay off any teachers. I don't know what Mayor Bloomberg's agenda is, but he should stop playing politics with our kids and start listening to us.
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen Jocelyn? ABC 7 and your Tri-State Ford dealers thank you for helping protect our children.
6:23, time now to get all the headlines from Hollywood.
We're so happy to have Sandy Kenyon back.
Yeah.
You were dynamite, simply dynamite in LA.
Thanks so much. It was an exciting year, a vintage year, if you will, if not for the show, then for us. Ken, Lori, and Bill. The director of Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark, may have to step down, and the opening of the musical, set for a week from tonight, will likely be delayed again. The troubled production is twice as expensive as any previous show. Today, the New York Times is reporting director Julie Taymor, best known for staging The Lion King, is being asked to get help from outside or leave entirely. One source told the paper it was unclear if Taymor will stay or go. Another said rock star Bono, who co-wrote the show's music, is actively involved in trying to fix Spider-Man now. Next, surveillance video of Lindsay Lohan shopping at an LA jewelry store in January was made public last evening, and that could complicate the felony case against her. She stands accused of stealing a $2,500 necklace, but the decision by the store's owners to sell this video was criticized by prosecutors. The actress is due back in court on Thursday. Demi Lovato took to the internet to thank her fans for sticking by her during what the 18-year-old calls probably the darkest time in my life. The Disney star is back home now after undergoing treatment for what was described as emotional and physical issues. Last November, Lovato had to drop out of a tour with the Jonas Brothers after fighting with a backup dancer. She has acknowledged cutting herself in the past, but there was no mention of that in this cheery video seen on Cambio.com. Finally, Ben Affleck, a liberal Democrat, and Cindy McCain, the White